this is one sexy looking figure. This is the Jackal X 16 Sergeant John Reese. Already sold out. We hope that Jackal X will actually reproduce or release this soon.
We are very happy today we get our hands on this. This is actually we waited for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been long waited, and we have to say that we were very impressed with the packaging and the artwork I've seen earlier. Yeah. And the box itself is actually quite thick. Yeah, there's actually 3 layers of goodies in the box.
Yeah.
Right, the first layer is the figure itself. Second layer are all the weaponries, and the third layer are all the accessories that comes for Sergeant John Reese, right? Such as his additional pouch. It comes with one additional left hand, and also the exoskeleton, the weaponry, the backpack, and his signature red scarf as well. So I thought that was actually quite interesting.
What I love most is the book in the packaging itself. It's the artwork and making of the Sergeant John Reese.
I didn't expect to see this in the packaging, to be frank, and actually it's a nice surprise.
Right, so Jackal has created a character which has a background story.
Its own
how
universe.
It all began, and also there's a lot of conceptual art. I'm a designer. I love all this so-called graphic artworks that they produce in this book. And also the main purpose of this book is to allow you to actually understand more about the character.
While we were playing with this figure for the review, we found out that the face mask or the face helmet is actually magnetic, right? So you can just take it off and just take it back in very, very easily. So you don't have to worry about any, broken joints or broken parts.
Yeah,
so
for
I think that's
a
quite
1/6 figure, I would say it's very impressive, apart from like those Iron Man figures that you collect.
Yeah.
So this is something very cool as well. It emulates the system. The articulation of the head is basic, simple, just the left and right and a bit of down. The arms are very impressive because I find that the suit that is wearing does not limit the movement of it.
Yeah, and I believe the Sergeant John Reese also actually has more than 30 points of articulation. So actually, in terms of the movement that you can actually pose for this figure is quite unlimited.
So next up is actually the vest that is wearing. It's all Velcro made, very fine into perfection. There are all the belt buckles. All there. So this is actually a vest that you can add on the pouches for the whole armor itself.
Yeah, so that's actually quite interesting. I think in terms of the finishing, in terms of the color of the suit, actually it's quite real.
The
real
fabric
as well.
material is well printed, and here we're actually showing how the leg goes up to about 90 degrees. Of course, the knee joint actually has 2 parts.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to bend the knees much more better.
So I think in terms of articulation, there really is not much of an issue. Yeah.
The minus point is actually the shoe, because of course the shoe is hard, but the feet itself, the ankle itself is a bit difficult there's not much of movement.
Okay. And you also notice something about the texture of the skin.
Yeah, we found out that when we pull up the pants of the material, we find that there's a texture of this. This is actually the texture of the hairs
Skin.
on the leg. Yeah.
Of course, John Reese weaponry is really amazing. This is his assault rifle.
This assault rifle is a badass rifle, and you'll be surprised that there's a lot of parts that can move for this rifle. It's very highly detailed. The front part is you can remove, but that doesn't serve much purpose. But it allows you to do a bit of customization, right? If you want to have this is a non-standard gun, so whatever you want to do with it, well, I mean, feel free to do it, to change the gun's accessories and modify it.
Sergeant John Reese also has a secondary weapon. This is his shotgun.
Okay, the shotgun, we try to move the parts. It's just a standard fixture gun itself, so nothing much to play around with.
Yeah, but it still looks cool.
Still cool,
It
yeah.
still looks badass, right? Because the hand grip looks a bit different. It has a V-shaped hand grip, so that's a bit different. And the other one is, of course, the Widowmaker revolver.
So the revolver comes with the silencer. The front part is, this is actually the design of the revolver to give it a bit of style. So front part is the silencer, then you have the laser part, and it can be dismantled as well. Of course, the scope on top is also, it can be dismantled.
I have to say, the attention to detail that Jackal X go into producing the shotgun shells are really amazing.
Yes, this actually emulates really close to the actual shotgun shells, with the metal caps and then the lines and on the body, and the back is actually where the opening for the shotgun bullets to fire out.
So what's your verdict, Big Pig?
Right, I had a lot of fun playing with this figure. As you can see, we did a bit of modifications, simple mod. We put some LED, the LEDs on the helmet itself. It looks cool. It looks like a robot.
It looks like Chappie.
Yeah, Chappie. So I would say I love this figure because I've not come across much of other figures who has a back-end story about it.
Yeah,
It's just like buying an art piece that you have a history of this.
True. I think the inclusion of the book, the making of, and the entire universe that they
Yes.
developed for John Reese and the entire Jackal X line, that was actually very interesting.
So most toys that develop, they are either developed from the games or comics or
Anime.
cartoon itself. But John Reese, it's actually kind of like our own creation, our own Malaysian creation.
Yes.
From Jackal X. So what do you think about this figure?
I think Jackal X has done a great job for their first product on the market. They really thought it through. It's a well-rounded product in terms of packaging. The artwork is amazing. The box itself is very sturdy. I didn't expect that to actually come from Jackal X for the first effort. And also, how they actually layered 3 separate layers to pack the product coming through to the customers. I think they really thought of very well about what customers really want, right? So I think that experience is really great. And secondly, I think in terms of the articulation, the paint job, we didn't have any issues of those sticky paint job that we sometimes see in those 1/6 figure that comes from
sticks to
third
the
party.
packaging.
Yeah. So it used to packaging heat. So that didn't actually come across from this line. So if you're interested to get Sergeant John Reese, as we mentioned before, it's already sold out.
Yes.
But Jackal X is coming up with a different variation. There's a Death Squad version, which is also very cool with a skull on the face helmet, right?
Yeah.
So do check out Jackal X Facebook page and website to find out when those guys are being released and whether you can pre-order those. Yeah. But if you do see one John Reese out in the market, in the aftermarket, and you can get your hands on it, just go and grab it, man, because it's probably going to be limited edition very soon.
Of course, we also hope that Jackal X will do a re-release on John Reese itself.
Yes, that's true. So that's our video today, a review of Jackal X first inaugural product. Do let us know what you think of this video, and as usual, please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching.